Yo everyone, how we doing? Welcome to Lobster Crossfire 3. I am your solo host for today, Yesern. Let me get my image up on screen so you can see just who I am. At least the image I used to represent myself in this situation. Right, so we are playing Lobster Crossfire again this week. We've got, I believe, 7 teams today. So we're going to be seeing 7 teams duke it out in our traditional Lobster Crossfire format. As usual, prizes are on the line, and our teams are looking to bring their best to show that they have what it takes to wield those dually squelches. Alright. Oh, we've got some lovely graphics as well that I have not seen before. They're pretty neat. Alright, so there is a password required to get us into our first room here. I'm just entering that in now. Great, that should be all I need to get in. Hopefully the game audio wasn't too descriptive there. And while we're having a moment, just to think about what we're doing, I'm going to quickly, let's see if I can do this. I think it is actually a coincidence. I don't think that was planned. I can see why you might think that, but I didn't actually draw this art. This was commissioned by someone who I don't even think knew what 10 Words of Wisdom was, so I think it might actually be a genuine coincidence, if you could believe it. Okay, so we are just getting into our lobby now, but let's have a quick look at who is going to be competing today. This is our current standings. We've got Sasuke versus Welcome to Good Burger. That's the match we'll be watching on stream first. We also have Refrigerator taking on this team here, which I might have translation notes for. Let me just have a quick look. I believe there was something posted a little while ago, though I would like to read it because I'm not going to remember it. And we've also got Ikajoy versus Sonder. Sonder is a team name that seems quite familiar. In addition, we have Acid Chan Fan Club. They've won the legendary bye through the first round, so they are going to get a free match forward in this competition. Very nice stuff. Okay, translation notes. V Koala? Violet Koala? Potentially? No? Maybe not. I have the player names though. So on this team here, we have Suryu, Tikotan, Shelton, and Syui. Suryu might be familiar to me, but the rest I have not seen play before, so this will be some fresh players, some fresh blood in the Lobster Crossfire. You'll like to see it. Okay, so we're just getting set up here. We are just getting all of our players into the lobby and ready to battle. Currently, I believe we have all of Good Burger in the room, but we are just waiting on the players of the other team, which I mentioned just a moment ago. I am jumping through Discord tabs like a circus animal. Alright. So Sasuke was the other team. So we're just waiting on the members of Sasuke. And I think they are on their way in, which is very exciting. Shouldn't be too long before we have a game of Splatoon underway. Now, for anyone who is new to this tournament format, for those of you who don't know Splatoon at all, this might be a bit confusing, but I'm sure you'll have a good time once we get into the gameplay. Lobster Crossfire is a 4v4 Splat Zones only tournament. There is a best of 5 in the winners bracket, best of 3 in losers, and then the grand final is best of 7 with a bracket reset if necessary. The one stipulation, the one thing that makes this different from your traditional Splat Zones tournament is that all teams must use a dually squelches. So they can use the custom dually squelches or the vanilla dually squelches, but they gotta have at least one on their team. If they don't, disqualification. I think they just lose the round or you redo it. Depends on the team. This is an international tournament, so language barriers are a problem sometimes, but for the most part, we get to see some amazing Splatoon. You'll also notice Yayflower in our chat. Yayflower is the tournament organizer and owner of this series, and we very much like them on this channel. So if you are in chat, say hi to Yay, and give him our best for giving us some lovely Splatoon action. It's very much appreciated. Okay. Yeah, so we're just waiting on a few more members from Sasuke to join in, and we will be underway with our first set. I do not know any of the teams today. I think I might recognize one player out of our 7 teams, but that's the most exciting thing. We get to figure out how they play, we get to figure out what their style is. It's a discovery mission, and we get to see maybe some brand new tactics, some brand new tech. That's always a good time. Alright, as always, I have a snack on the side here. I have a chocolate and peanut bar, so I will be enjoying that when I get a little intermittent break. But for the most part, we are just going to be rocking and rolling. It looks like someone went to the bathroom. Okay, that is not a good time for that. Alright. That's okay. Sasuke, they'll be here shortly. They've already apologized. I'm pretty sure they've got a few minutes to spare, so we'll be okay on this front. I'm just looking forward to a nice, clean Splatoon stream where everything goes right. Yeah! Fingers crossed on that one. I also have a tendency, because I have my Pro Controller hooked up, it's got a good battery life, so it doesn't very often go flat. So I like to have it for running the streaming Switch, but unfortunately, a downside of that is that I go to put it down on the table, and then someone throws a bomb, like a splat bomb, it starts vibrating like crazy, and it picks up on the microphone. So I've got to make sure to keep it on my lap, and I gotta leave it there. The joys of streaming. Yeah, look, if a tournament went perfectly smoothly, I would be convinced it was staged. I don't think a single tournament in the history of any video game ever has gone smoothly. It's just, unless it like is an in-game organized tournament, like the game itself organizes it, there's just no way. There's no way to ensure it goes smoothly. People are people, and they gotta do people things. Can't blame them for that. No sorry. Alright, I'm going to switch over to gameplay because there is only one player left, and boy, I would absolutely hate to do that kind of thing. So Splatoon doesn't have any game organized tournaments, but like Rocket League, for example, you can sign up for a tournament. They generate tournaments every, I think it's half an hour. So you and your squad get to face off in a mini tournament, which is a nice little feature. And there are a few games that do something like that, where it's tournament style and structured. Battle Royale games also technically tournaments, but I don't count that because it's only one round. It doesn't really matter. Why is the title stream like that? What is the stream title? Is it not Lobster Crossfire with 2 exclamation points? Is there something wrong with my stream title? What does it say? Stream manager, title your stream. What? It didn't update? Oh. Yeah, no, that's wrong. Sorry. Streamlabs not been cool today. I did update that. Like, I changed the category too, so it should have changed. My apologies. Crossfire 3. 2 exclamation points. Update information. Yeah, it updated all the information except for the title. I don't know why I did that, but thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, like it even says tournament, match commentary, competitive, shooter, like all the tags are active. It's just like, oh, you didn't change the title on me. I definitely changed it. That one's not on me. I'm not taking the fall for that one. All right. So, one more player. Waiting for one player before we go. Excellent. That is everyone together. We are underway. Yeah, so the level 31, I think, only has 14 hours in Splatoon or something like that. That's okay, though. Like, this, I do not doubt we're going to have some experienced players in this lobby. You don't sign up for a tournament like this unless you got some serious chops. Okay, so we got Splatek, Luke, Forge, and Fanta Fuzz, or Fanta Fizz. I think that might be meant to be Fanta Fizz. And then on Team Sasuke, we have Leafy, Shadowwind, Nick, and Watch KNY, which I'm going to imagine is an acronym for some kind of show. The Rainmaker skip on Inkblot. No, I don't believe I have. Inkblot Art Academy. There's a Rainmaker skip now. I am not aware of it. I might have to look that up later. I've seen some pretty nasty movement tech on Gobi Arena. Okay, let's go. Splat Zones, round 1. This is a best of 5 from a limited map pool. Splat Zones only. And a dually squelcher on either side. Let's get underway. Alright, looking at our weapon compositions, nothing too crazy here. Pretty standard for Western comps. We've got the Cancer Splatter Shot, the Armor Junior, and a Nautilus. Here on, I believe that's the Alpha team. My goodness, it's so hard to remember team names immediately after the match starts. Okay, looks like a pretty early control here for our blue team. I'm gonna take a guess and say that's Burger team. Team Burger? Yeah, Team Burger. No, wait, hang on. I might be wrong on that. No, I'm wrong. Leafy is on Sasuke. So Sasuke with the early lead here. They've got a good hold over mid. Burger team holding their plat well, but unless they can get some picks from up here, the armor, yeah, they have to wait for the armor and Inkstorm to move in. Fortunately, they do get a pretty decent hold. Oh, Sasuke! They've got the armor ready to go on counter. They've managed to buy themselves a lot of time. They do eventually concede the zone, but a very nice opening score for the first minute. Sasuke in striking range of a KO if they can do another push like that. Alright, Burger team. It's time for some burgers. I'm gonna have to look that one up again. Not able to pull off a hold nearly as well, losing all of their members there. That CDS being on respawn means that we're gonna see a nice mix of players down at the base here for Sasuke. We've got the Cancer Shot on the left there, watching the ramp, making sure no one takes the wide flank route. That is usually the safest route back onto the zone, because a lot of people are watching drop into mid and there's nowhere to retreat to if you take it. Ooh, with 3 specials coming out, Tenta Missiles, Armor, and a Inkstorm, they are going to be able to wipe the enemy team. That is a very strong display. They are going to be well set up here. Hopefully they can pull off a better defense than last time. Welcome to Good Burger, however, they jump onto plat and they are taken out. Fantafizz, the only player remaining in a good defensible position, and they are taken out before their splashdown completes. There's a lot of debate in the community as to whether splashdown needs a buff. I can't help but agree after seeing something like that, especially at high level play. Alright. Sasuke now in control again. They are hunting as a pack. We can see the Nautilus backing up their shooter there as they moved around the arena. Quite effective on that front. The main difference between these two teams, they're running a near identical comp. The only difference is that instead of a Nautilus, we are seeing Good Burger are running the light Tetras. I believe those are maybe those are the dark Tetras. I can never quite tell the difference on the picture. But unfortunately, the Tetra's not able to capitalize much. The splashdown isn't catching anyone by surprise. They've got 4 splats, 5 splats at the moment. Looks like they're going to need to keep their skirmishing powers up if they're going to be able to take this. We've got a minute 40 left. Shadowwind with a lovely sneak splat from the Junior. They're trying so desperately to get neutral, but they have to back out. Fortunately, the rest of the team has arrived, and they have the armor to back them up. Tenta Missiles delay the capture, but not for very long. That is going back to Sasuke. with only a minute 30 left. It is a substantial amount of distance that Good Burger have to make to get the lead here. And with the enemy so aggressively pushed up onto plat, it's going to be very hard for them to even get to the zone. We might even see a knockout at this rate. 2 go down on Sasuke. Burger pushing through, just trying to find some ground. They managed to get control. Now they just need to clean up these remaining players, and they are doing it. There should be one left somewhere. Can they find them? No, it seems they've retreated. They're going to go in for a team-coordinated push. We've seen Sasuke able to very easily overwhelm Burger's defense. They just need to do it one more time and the game is theirs. Luke sends out 3 sets of missiles. But they've already lost their dually Squelches player. They're down at a player disadvantage. It's not looking good for Good Burger. Sasuke taking control back. 35 seconds left on the clock. I don't think it's going to be a KO at this point, but it is a substantial penalty for Good Burger to work through. I'm really hoping they can get in here and make this close, but we know for a fact that Sasuke know how to put on a very good defense. 2 go down on Good Burger. 3 go down on Good Burger. It's just the dualies left. They are going down as well. That is the game. And we did end up reaching the KO. Interestingly enough, there's only 7 seconds left, but that is going to be the first round to Sasuke. Sasuke or Sasuke? I'm not entirely sure what they prefer. Lost Light, thank you for the follow. I hope you're enjoying this Splatoon content. Alright, looking at the splats there, it's pretty easy to see why the difference was what it was. The junior on Sasuke was very aggressive. We know that 18 splat assists, obviously quite a few of those are assists because they're the Armor Junior, but it just goes to show that they were using them at the right time, they were pushing with their team, and while both teams were very good at the special pushes, we saw both able to wipe their way over Inkblot's zone, which is not an easy task to do. It was definitely obvious that Sasuke's defense was just slightly better. It took a lot more effort for Good Burger to get back onto the zone, and it cost them a lot more resources, and because of that, their holds were not as long. Now we go to Wahoo World. Wahoo World, where I believe the bridge is always open on splat zones, which means that both teams will have fairly easy access to the zone, good flanking capabilities. It's going to be very similar to the last match. This map actually plays quite similarly. The main difference being there's actually cover around the zone, so you can kind of stay on the zone and defend it even easier. Now, whether that easier defense will work in Good Burger's favor, or whether it will propagate the success we've already seen from Sasuke, that remains to be seen. Bombs flying out early. Good Burger takes an early lead, but they lose 2 players to get it. I think that is going to be an advantage to Sasuke as long as they can evade these missiles. And they do so. They probably would have liked to have been scoring during that time, but only a few points were lost. Ooh, some aggressive jump-ins from Good Burger, and they are punished heavily with this Inkjet play. That is... Ow! And a lovely shot there, Leafy, with a wonderful snipe. This is definitely not a level 14 player. This is a player that knows their business. Now, we've seen this kind of good defensive hold from Sasuke before. We know that they can put up a good fight on the defensive side. But eventually, someone just sneaks past. And here we see SplatTech doing exactly that, the captain for this team. They're able to get onto the zone and jump out in time, put a penalty on the opponent, and allow their team to recuperate. And look at that. Some lovely shots there from Forge on those custom dually Squelches, using the weapon to its fullest range and precision. Love to see it. Inkstorm's going out now. That's going to be going over the zone. If they have a player to back that up, they will be able to get control again and put on another penalty. And they do! Getting an assist on the zone as well, meaning that there is absolutely another player up there. It's just Nick left. Are they going to jump out? Are they going to take a defensive position? What is going to be their play? They're getting sandwiched here. This isn't good for them. I don't think they chose correctly. They did draw a few of the members of Good Burger away from the zone, but their team wasn't quite able to capitalize on it. So I think that was definitely a win for Good Burger in terms of engagement. Now we see Sasuke, they're building up special to try and push onto the zone. They have the armor and they're rolling out. Unfortunately, they weren't quite able to snipe the lead, but there's plenty of time for them to get through that penalty, so that should be okay. Ooh, Nick lands 2 shots, but the armor comes on before they can land the third. That is not going to be a splat, and they are taken down for it. Good Burger in a good position. Let's just check. Yes, Nick is running the main power-up build, so one more little dink from that, from those dualies would have done it. For anyone wondering why the channel points on this channel are called dinks, that's why, because each little shot is a dink of damage. You just gotta get enough dinks in, you get the splat. Okay, we're seeing the pushback here. Amazingly, Good Burger weren't able to capitalize much on that hold. They didn't get through their penalty, and because of that, I think we're gonna see a lead change here shortly, especially because we know how good the defense is from Sasuke. CDS not able to take them out. The armor can't save them when they're being fired on by 2 players with a very good shot. Also, trying to stay evasive means that the dually squelchers can't keep their full accuracy, something which is one of the weapon's few shortcomings. They have 1 chance left to push in here. Good Burger avoiding the Tenta missiles. They've spotted the flank. They only have 3 seconds, and they've lost all their players despite getting that last splat there. That is going to be round 2 to Sasuke. They only need 1 more to advance to the next round. Now, Good Burger definitely showed some fight in there. They were holding on for a long time, and they had the lead for a long time. But because they weren't scoring points actively, the opponent was constantly getting that little bit of special gain that the game likes to throw out to balance the teams up a bit. So we definitely saw that Sasuke were able to get their specials a lot easier, and because of that, they were able to win those rounds. Now, I'm not sure why the room was closed here. Gonna just jump back to our between the game scene while I figure out what's going on. Okay, our admin is already on it. Seems like the game closed not due to a decision, but due to internet. Excellent. Okay, and we are back in. Lovely stuff. Hopefully won't take too long to get us into our 3rd round here. I definitely think that Welcome to Good Burger have a chance to pull this out. Like, they've shown that they have the ability. They just need a different type of map, because the 2 types of map we've seen were very compatible with Sasuke's playstyle. And I think if we got something that was a bit more chaotic, a bit more open, like the Reef, for example, we might see Sasuke's defense have a bit of a harder time holding that widen approach angle. In the meantime, we do have our first match result. Ikajoy versus Sonda has completed. Sonda taking the 3-0 there. They're going to be moving on. Ikajoy are going to be versing the loser of Refrigerator's match against their opponent. And Sasuke and Welcome to Good Burger, whoever loses this match technically gets a bye forward. But you don't want to lose it, because the loser's bracket is tense. Loser's bracket, unlike the winner's bracket, is best of 3. It is much more scary. Ooh, we have our map, by the way. Let me just fix that screen display for you. Muscle Forge Fitness. This is a very different map in terms of style. It is not a simple drop onto zone. There is a bridge walk to it. And there is not a lot of high ground to hold. Which means that we're going to see players on a bit more of an even playing field here. And potentially with some good movement. Welcome to Good Burger could pull some fancy moves off and take this one out. We are seeing a comp change from the junior to the NZAP from Welcome to Good Burger. No, they have the junior as well. They're changing out... What did they have in that spot for? The Tetras is what they had in that spot in the first round. I didn't catch it in the second. But it seems like they've gone for a double armor strat. I wonder if that'll win them some rounds. I'm not entirely sure. I think an offensive special might have been a bit more useful, but we'll see how it pans out. Early control does go heavily in favor of Sasuke. They've managed to take out most of the opposing team. The junior almost has armor ready to go again. And they have all their specials to hold off on this push. Splatak's moving in. They have the armor popped. Here comes the second armor. They gotta capitalize on these. This is all their specials they're using. And they're not even able to capture the zone. They don't even get neutral. This is what I was worried about with double armor, right? Like, on a map that you can hold the objective more strongly, I think it'd be a good idea. But for splat zones on a map like this, you need to be throwing damage out. You need to be pushing your opponent around. Otherwise, you're just not going to be able to buy yourself any territory on the zone. We have 20 seconds left. The first Tenta missiles come out. Just noticing as well, we have a vanilla dually squelches coming out from Sasuke. That is neutral. Can they get the zone while the inkjet is flying around? They do! Yes! That is going to be a good stop there from Forge on those custom dually squelches. And with the Inkstorm coming out, they might be able to extend that point margin a little bit further. Which, I mean, they are sitting dangerously close to a KO. So they need to be getting these picks here. Fortunately, they are. We're seeing only one member left for Sasuke. They are regrouping. They have one ink armor ready to go. And almost have... No, they do have 2 more specials lined up. Here comes the first. The missiles are flying out. They have a second missiles that was just taken down as well. I'm noticing that they are running a double missiles comp for this map. It does make sense. It is definitely a map that benefits from missiles because you have a lot of blind spot areas. I gotta say, Good Burger are holding like they need it to survive in this competition. They almost pull it through. The ink armor doesn't come out, and they don't take lead. That's a wipe. Oh, they were 1 second away. If they popped that armor preemptively, they probably would have been able to hold onto that lead. But as it stands, we are halfway through the game, and there is a huge penalty standing between Good Burger and a lead, and a small penalty standing between Sasuke and a knockout. It's looking precarious for Good Burger. They are staring the losers bracket in the eyes right now. And if they can't pull off something incredible, they are going to be going on that losers bracket format. It's so scary. Okay, we're seeing some coordination here. Looks like Shadow Wind knows that there's a push coming on that side. They managed to take out 2. They've cleared the penalty. While Forge does get 1, they are not able to clean out the rest of the team. That is going to be game 3-0 to Sasuke. Now, this is why I say that a best of 5 format never conveys its true result, right? Like, those matches were quite close, despite the fact that it was 3-0. I definitely could have seen Welcome to Good Burger taking any one of those rounds if they just managed to hold in a key area or at a key moment. So I wouldn't count them out just yet. They will be moving to the losers bracket here, but I think they still have a shot at this tournament. They just got to keep focused and determined. Okay, so that does it for our first round of Lobster Crossfire 3. We can have a quick look at our standings here now. I believe we've got one more match waiting to resolve. I'd really like to watch Sonda versus the winner of their result next, though I'm not the one in charge of the stream today. Our lovely mod Yay is the one in charge of picking our matches, because they've got a good eye for that kind of thing. Better than me, at the very least. Alright, so if we look at our standings there, Sasuke moving on to face the Acid Chan Fan Club. The winner of that will be moving on to semis. And then the winner of that wins the winner's bracket. Just like that. 3 sets to win. If you ever wanted to join a Splatoon tournament that has prize money that you only need to win 3 sets for, you gotta join Lobster Crossfire. Like, look at this. That's a free pass. That's such good odds. If your team can run a dually squelches on Splat Zones, you gotta sign up for this tournament, man. It is spicy. Okay. Alright, looks like we're gonna go for Acid Chan Fan Club versus Sasuke, just because they are ready to go. I think that's a pretty good reason, honestly. It makes sense their matches ready to go. We want to get matches on stream, and this is a good way to do it. Alright, looks like we are going to have the same host as last time as well, so it is going to be very easy to coordinate. That's good stuff. I've got to stop leaving it on that screen. It's better than what it used to be, I'll say that much. I've tweaked my setup a bit. We've got some nice clean angles here, and I can run audio if we take a break. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay, that's a host. Let's get that password, and we will be rolling. Ha ha ha, there we go. Using the magic power of odds and evens. Yeah. Disguising the password for the stream like a boss. Okay, let's have a look. Now, we've just seen Sasuke play. We know that they can do a good hold, and they have their special coordination down pat. That's a pretty good team. Like, right there off the bat, if you've got those two skills down, yeah, you could rock up to a tournament and do alright. But we've seen some really strong players in this tournament before. And I have no idea who their opponent has on roster. Acid-chan Fan Club? Could be anyone. Like, it could absolutely be anyone. We've already got MatNet in here. I don't recognize that gamer tag. So, yeah, it's a mystery. But that's a good thing. Good mystery, because we don't know how this match is going to shake out. Also, something to keep in mind. Sasuke just coming off a 3-0 win. They've got great mentality going into this match. They've got great momentum. They're warmed up. They're ready to go. We don't know what the other team's been up to. We don't know what Acid-chan Fan Club has been doing. We know that they were given a opportunity to win prize money by just winning 2 sets. That is what they did win by getting the bye. But what they didn't win is a chance to warm up. So hopefully they've been practicing in the background before this has started up. Crunch. Crunch. Apologies, I had to crunch. Alright. We're just waiting on 3 more players to join the lobby, and we will be ready for our second match. Let's see if we have a result for Refrigerator's match yet. We don't yet. Language barrier always tends to slow down matches ever so slightly. Okay. Welcome to Good Burger. They really did well. I'm disappointed they weren't able to get a round out of that. I feel like they definitely had an opportunity to. They just got a bit unlucky with the maps, and they weren't quite able to keep their hold. Turns out it wouldn't have mattered if they got the lead at that point anyway, because the opponent did KO, but like, you know, I feel like it was such an admirable attempt. I wish them luck in the losers bracket. I hope they make it far. I'm trying to think of what KNY might be. Let's have a quick Google. Kimetsu no Yaiba Demon Slayer. It could be that. Google seems pretty sure it's that. Although it's recommending me the manga before the anime. Oh, this looks nice. Oh, is this the one I've been hearing about lately? I think this might be the one I've been hearing about. Yeah, I've heard some good things. Okay, well that was a quick Google. Yeah, so anyone wanting to take this player's recommendation, that's the anime they're recommending. So feel free to have a look. Switch over to gameplay here, just so I don't forget again. I haven't forgotten yet today, but I have forgotten in previous streams, so it's always good to have someone keeping an eye out, because that's the kind of thing I will absolutely forget at least once. It's like spinning plates, but none of the plates ever crash and make a sound when they fall. They just kind of do. Have I watched anime? Yeah, I watch quite a bit of anime. Well, I have watched quite a bit of anime. The thing is, I don't actually watch a lot of things, period. Like, I don't watch movies, I don't watch shows. It's very rare that I will watch anything, but anime is probably one of the things I've watched the most of. Just because there's some really nice concepts, there's some really nice narratives. And my partner likes anime as well, so that always helps. I've been slacking on watching through My Hero recently. Might need to pick that back up again because they are starting the next series, I think. And also, I know for a fact that when the new JoJo series comes out, we're going to be watching that as well. Because it's JoJo. My Hero Academia, or Boku no Hero Academia. I forget which is the one that people like to say. But I very much like that anime. It is wonderful. Suits my tastes perfectly. 100% recommend that one. Okay, let's see what's taking so long. Oh, hang on, I recognize Madness. I recognize this player. Oh, I see. I'm recognizing some of these players now, and I'm like, this might actually be a very tough match for Sasuke. Because Madness is a player who has traditionally done very well in these tournaments. They are not new here, that is for sure. Okay, we're just waiting on one more player now. Should be very close, hopefully. I'm just gonna assume... I'm gonna straight up assume that what was I gonna assume? That the players were playing some solo queue ranked to warm up, and they are stuck in a ranked match. That does happen sometimes. It's never a good thing when it does. It does hold up tournaments like this one. Hey, there we go. That's a full lobby. Let's go. Okie dokie. We are going to Piranha Pit first. Already we're seeing some nice map variety from these matches. Now, I do recognize the captain of Acid Team, which has me, Acid Chan Fan Club specifically, which has me concerned for Sasuke because we've seen they have a good defense, but Madness is a player that will absolutely 1v3 and take it out if they are given the opportunity. So, yeah, hopefully their defense can hold together against Madness's plays. I don't know which gamer tag Madness is using. I'm going to assume Acid, but I don't know for sure. So, we'll figure it out. It could be Matnet. I don't know. I don't really know. Also, is that the biscuit that I know? It could be the... No, because the biscuit I know has a K. That's just biscuit as in how you spell biscuit normally. I'm suspicious of this team. I'm suspicious that they may be hiding their identities and they are a very strong team. But we shall see. Alright, I'm not expecting any composition changes from Sasuke. They got a 3-0 win using their composition. While I don't think the Nautilus is the most useful on this map, the player is super warmed up, they're super confident right now, there's no reason to change it for round 1. What are we gonna see from Acid Chan Fan Club though? Well, fairly similar composition, trading out a extra shooter for a Kensa slushing machine. Something I have definitely seen from Madness before. So, not surprising if that's them. Early splats are pretty back and forth. Ink Armor coming out for both sides. Nice and on time. And Shadowwind trading out as well. It is just trade for trade right now. No one is able to take complete control. Leafy's going to have a dangerous jump here. They are backed up by Nick. That is some good teamwork. Protecting your ink jump return. Your inkjet return, rather. It's a very good coordination that you don't see from a lot of teams, even at a high level. Okay, we have early control now coming out for the Acid Chan Fan Club. They are taking out most of the enemy team. Yeah, Nautilus on its own. That's not going to be able to do much against the Nautilus and some. Yeah, taken out. Though I wonder if they committed too many players to that. It looks like there might be a clean re-entry for Sasuke. They at least buy themselves a moment of neutral. As long as they can keep doing that and stalling out their opponent's timer, they'll be in a good spot. However, Biscuit landing shot after shot on this Nautilus and has another inkjet ready to go. That's a guaranteed splat. They are taken out eventually by Nick and the Tenta missiles. And a good reason to run the Vanilla Dually Squelches. We're seeing both teams running it today. It's not usually that common this early on, but that's what we're seeing. Acid Chan Fan Club, 35 points remaining, and only a Nautilus standing in their way, easily taken out. Acid sitting on that splashdown as well, in case the opponent does decide to rush them. It's not looking good for Sasuke. I think this might end up being 100-0. Leafy pushing in now, they know it's their moment, they take out the Nautilus on the enemy team, they get neutral for just a moment, but it's not enough, they need that penalty or they're done for. The enemy has taken them out, it's just Leafy left, and that is round 1 to the Acid Chan Fan Club. What a close hold, they almost had that, both zones going back and forth, but the Acid Chan Fan Club were able to keep control while getting the splats as well. I can only imagine it's because the members of Sasuke had pushed onto the zones to capture them. But, oh my goodness, that was a brutal 100-0 because there were so many points where Sasuke looked like they were going to be able to get points on the board. Devastating. We're moving on to Manta Maria now. Manta Maria being a tougher set, for what we saw running there. The Nautiluses have a bit of a harder time moving around this map compared to Piranha Pit. Doesn't look like we've seen much of a composition change though with that quick ready up. So I think we might be seeing a repeat of our weapons here moving forward. Okay, here we go. Same weapons as expected, not a single change in the bunch. There's the armor, the ability breakdown in case you needed to see it. It's looking pretty standard from these two teams, nothing too surprising. I do like the Kensa Sloshmo's chances on this map better than the K-shots. Time will tell on that one. I'm expecting we'll see more splat assists on the Slosh, just because it is able to hit those awkward angles that the K-shot is not. And this is a map with a lot of awkward angles. Okay, K-shot's taken down early. Nautilus taken down in response, and there crumbles the rest of the team. If that Nautilus goes down, it is a huge disadvantage for either team. Looks like we're seeing the jump out here, and that is control for Sasuke. Acid Chan Fan Club having to work a bit more to get back in. They chose a good moment to jump out, I think. Once they noticed that their key offensive line had crumbled, they made a good decision to hold on to their specials, which should allow them access here. Acid trying to find a good place for the splashdown, decides not to use it, gets the 2 splats, and the 3rd off the armor. Acid with the quad! A very assisted quad, but a quad nonetheless. You gotta be popping off after that. Yeah, there's that little bit of a squid bag. And a well-earned one at that. What a well-coordinated team. They noticed Acid had the positioning and just provided that little bit of assistance to cut off the enemy team and really shut them down. And because it only took one player's special, we are now seeing Acid Chan using the rest of their specials to push through and keep the opponent at bay. Despite being a pretty hard map to hold forward on, they are doing it with style. Inkama comes out from Kataro. They have a chance to push in now. And we do see a neutral, but with 2 players down, I think we are gonna... Yeah, 3 players down now. We're gonna see Acid-chan Fan Club reasserting their dominance there. The last member of Sasuke jumping out. They have one more shot at this, really. Income is almost ready to go. Tenta Missile set 1, also locked and loaded. There goes the first set. Are they going to be able to capitalize on it, however? Especially with Acid moving around like that. The armor goes out as well, but not a single pick. That's not what you want to see with 2 specials spent. Ooh, and that Inkjet's going to make life very difficult for Nick. They've noticed they're being flanked. It is too late. It doesn't matter that you've gotten that pick because you have left the zone alone. They would have definitely gotten picked off if they ran for the zone anyway, but yeah, just out of options. We definitely saw the specials come out and nothing get gained from it. I think that's going to come down to Acid Chan's ability to notice when they're being pushed and to recede for just that moment where your opponent has the advantage so that you don't lose any players during that time. And as a result of that, Acid Chan were able to perfectly negate the opponent's special build-up and then just hold them at bay with their own specials. Okay, that is currently 2-0 in favor of Acid Chan Fan Club. Clearly, they didn't need a buy for free. They are well deserving of this position as the semi-final in the winner's bracket team. They've only got to win one more round and they are making it through to winners finals. Just like that. We're playing Splat Zones on the Reef. No repeat maps so far, which means there's only 2 that we haven't seen left from our map list. That is always a rare treat. Okay, it looks like we are seeing some changes from Sasuke potentially, and it makes sense. They have dropped 2 matches pretty handedly here. They're going to need to change up their strategy somehow if they're going to make this happen, especially because the Reef is such a different map to the one we just saw played. They're going to want to adapt their strategy and hopefully find some advantage that will help them push forward in this instance. Let's see how they go. Bamboozler coming out. That is an interesting play. We have the Tri-Slosh and K-Slosh combo coming out from Acid Chan Fan Club. I am more and more convinced with every passing second that this is a team we've seen before, just with new names. Because that is a very familiar comp. Okay, K-Shock goes down early, 1 splat on either side. Shadow Wind just fighting off against that K-Machine. If they can push on them, they can really do some damage. But they have managed to get control Sasuke with the early lead here, and a significant lead at that for a 2-zone map. They're doing quite well. Bamboo 1v1 tournament earlier? My goodness. I mean, I get it, Bamboo's popular because it's strong, you know? It makes sense. Okay, an attempt at a push from Acid Chan, but Sasuke shutting it down, and many of the players as well. They will have a penalty to kick through, but as long as they can get another pick on the bridge here, they should be in a good spot. However, Matnet on those dualies manages to win the 1v1, takes out 3 of the opponent team, just the Bamboo left, and they are in a very vulnerable position. They are taken out by the K-Shot as well. Sorry, K-Machine. It is, the tides are turning. What looked like an early lead is very quickly shifting to a dominant control here from Acid Chan. We've got 3 members of Sasuke all bunched up here, just trying their best to push through. Can they find some leniency? Can they break through? The bomb combo takes out multiple players there. Matnet going for a bit of the disrespect. Look, I can appreciate it after a quad, but that was just a sneaky double and you didn't do all that work. I don't know how I feel about that. That being said, 15 points remaining. The neutral doesn't stick. We need to see a penalty on the board if we are going to see Sasuke stick into this, but they overcommit and they are out of players. I do not think any of them are reaching the zone now. That is going to be the 3-0. Shadow Wind almost snuck around the back, actually. Very nearly made it, but didn't quite get there. That is the 3-0 to Acid Chan Fan Club. They move on to winners finals. We're going to be seeing Sasuke in the losers bracket. Let's check out those numbers there, and unsurprisingly, Biscuit using that Tri-Slosher to much effect. Able to get some good splat assists on there. A lot of armor assists as well, I'm sure. Okay. So we'll bail out of this room now. Never mind, I've been kicked. That's fine by me. Let's have a look at the standings now and see where our teams are at. We have a result. Refrigerator losing 0-3 to our Japanese team. They're going to be moving forward to the Sonda match. The winner of that will be facing off against Acid Chan Fan Club in the quote-unquote semi-finals or winners finals. Refrigerator taking the 2-0 against Ikajoy, meaning Ikajoy is our first team eliminated from the tournament. It's a shame we couldn't see them on stream, but at least Refrigerator are holding on. They'll be facing off against Sasuke, the team we just saw. They are in for a tough battle. Let's see how they do later on. In the meantime, I think we are going to take a quick break until Sonda's match finishes up. So we'll probably be rejoining you for our winners final over here with Acid Chan Fan Club against the winner of this match. And then we will shift down to the losers bracket where most of this will be resolved. We'll probably see losers, semis, and final, and then the grand final. So stay tuned for this lightning-packed tournament. Wow, it's only been an hour. We're already closing things out. That is moving more efficiently than expected. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in so far. We should hopefully only be 5 minutes or so. I don't imagine we'll be too long, but we will be back shortly. So see you in a bit. Okay, we are back. Sorry that we were gone a bit longer than expected. That's just how it goes sometimes. So I've been invited to a room. It appears that Sonda were able to take one round off of our Japanese team, but they were not able to take them out. 3-1 to them. So it is time to get them on stream. Let's see if I can get into their room. Hopefully I can. Who is on this team that I would know? Tech was on the other team. Biscuit hosted. Okay. I don't know if I have Biscuit. And this person was not on that team. I don't know if I have anyone added that I need added. One moment while I rectify this issue. See, I thought I had Biscuit, but I'm not seeing them here. So, unless they've changed their name in the last 30 seconds, I don't appear to have them. I'm gonna need Biscuit. Or just anyone. I just need anyone from this room so I can join. Got a Luke here. I don't think that's the right person. Yeah, I'm just gonna hang tight real quick. Oh dear. Alright, well, we are just trying to secure a friend code. Hopefully it won't take too long. Contents of Shy Guy. Okay, cool. Thank you, Epic Pikachu. That's very helpful. Also amazing that you were able to translate that, I suppose, if you have access to Google Translate and the text. It wouldn't be too hard. Alright, I'm going to send out a friend request. Post haste. And then we will be all hunky-dory. Nope, that's wrong. There we go. Done. Friend request sent. Matnet. Sounds like madness. It makes sense. Matnet. Okay, friend request has been sent. Hopefully I will have access to the room very shortly and we will get underway with our winners final. Isn't that exciting? I mean, you don't have to tell me it's exciting. I know it's exciting. I'm here. I'm here with you, chat. Alright, to the lobby. I mean, Epic, I appreciate you doing it. Someone's gotta do it. Excellent. Winner guarantees themselves a prize, that's right. So in the winners final, I didn't do the thing. That's fine. In the winners final, the winner is guaranteed a prize because they make it through to the grand final, and both of our teams in the grand final get a prize. We have a prize for first place and the runners-up in this tournament. In case you are new here, this is a tournament with cash prizes. So if you like cash prizes, there's quite a bit on the line. If we jump into the Lobster Crossfire agreement, there's an 80 US prize for first place and 40 for second. So winning this round guarantees your team $40 US. So that's looking pretty cozy for Acid Chan Fan Club right now. They've only won one set and they only need one more to get in there. What's in the hey-ho? Oh, I see. I mean, I know hey-ho as a team from a different tournament. So that would make sense. Like that is a Splatoon team. So maybe it's a modified version of Hey-Ho? I don't know. Hey-Ho Academy? Sounds familiar. Regardless, our players are getting in here now. Yeah, I recognize some of these players, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Ah, okay, so they used to be Hey-Ho Academy. Alright, yeah, so I do know this team. I know that they are tough, but I also know that Madness and their friends have been competing in this tournament quite regularly. So, this could be anyone's game. This is probably our top two teams here. Biscuit is the best. He's playing in the acid. Biscuit is great. I agree. Biscuit's a very solid player. We've seen some wonderful stuff from them today. Let's hope they can bring it for their winners final. It's not going to be easy, that is for sure. Now, if we have a look at our maps and modes for today, and by that I mean it is one mode, but if we have a look at our maps, we haven't seen Anchovy or Mako Mart yet. Those are the only two maps we haven't seen on stream today. So hopefully we'll catch those at some point. Literally invented the Nautilus. In terms of the competitive meta, yeah, I kind of agree. They've done wonders with it. And I would not be surprised to see that Nautilus on high representation today as well. It's a powerful weapon, especially if you're able to predict your opponent's moves. You can jump on them with a fully charged Splatling. It's a generous benefit to be able to assign yourself, that's for sure. Okay, we're starting with Piranha Pit. Based on what I've seen previously, I feel like this match is more inclined towards what's in the Hey-Ho. I think they're probably in with a better chance here. I know we've seen, I've seen Acid Chen already play this map and do quite well. I just got a feeling about this one. I'm leaning towards the what's in a Hey-Ho on this one. I'm just gonna go with Hey-Ho. Hey-Ho. Hey-Ho versus Acid Chen fan club. There's a lot of fan clubs in these tournaments. People just like being fan clubs. And how can you not? You know what? Acid Team does have a good comp for this. I understand that. I just think it's gonna be... Yeah. I know who Suryu is. We've seen them in this tournament before. They do good work. Alright, so looking at our opening sets, we have a Firefin Scope and a Neo Splash coming out from Hey-Ho. That's not something I would expect to see, but already it's paying dividends. They have a lot of map control and a player down. They've already taken out the K-Machine. That's two down on either side now. Biscuit able to clean up. They just need to find the charger, and they do. That is going to be an early lead now for Acid Chen. I may have underestimated the adaptability of this comp. That being said, I'm not seeing anything amazing from the comp here. I'm just seeing great Nautilus play. Already at 5 splats from Biscuit. Moving in with the Inkjet to try and get a 6th. They drop below. The armor doesn't keep them up. They are taken out. That being said, a good opening score from them. Hey-Ho are going to have to work hard to push back against this. Taking out one. They have some control. They're pushing over the zones as well. Suction Rush going to make it nice and easy cap. Puts that penalty on the board and buys them a bit of breathing room. Biscuit is too good. I totally agree. We're going to need to see Hey-Ho targeting them quite strongly. Tikitan jumping out at just the right time, noticing that they were at a player disadvantage. And we're seeing Acid Chen slowly chewing through that penalty now. It's just going to take a bit of ink on one of those zones to stall it out. Sui not quite able to get what they need in place, but combined with Shelton on that Neo Splash, they're able to lock that one down and hunt this player down here. I don't know who's down there from Acid Chen, but there are 3 players aware of that player's position. I've got to imagine it's someone scary. Could be Biscuit on that Nautilus. Right now we're seeing the members of Hey Ho going into hunting parties and just targeting one player at a time. I imagine what the other team is doing is just building that special. They've already got armor and inkjet ready to go. So that's already a powerful combination on its own. That being said, Hey Ho with the lead, triggering the push from the opposing team. They've got neutral, but this Suction Rush is able to easily keep it down. A trade at the back of the zone. It's going to stay neutral for a bit longer, but if Sui can get a good pick here, as well as Tikotan getting a lovely snipe on the belt, that is going to put Hey Ho in a strong position. I told you that this team had a strong composition for this map, and I meant it. You can have the strongest players in the world on some really strong weapons, but if you play the map right, you're in a good spot. Only 10 points left, and no specials really on the board here for the Acid Chan fan club. I think that is going to be round 1 to What's in a Hey Ho. Okay. Winners bracket kicking off with a strong opening. A VDS, you love to see it, you really do. We've been seeing a lot more VDS in this tournament. When Lobster Crossfire started as the Dually Squelches tournament, it was pretty much exclusively CDS, but now I feel like we see a good 50-50. The VDSs are a lot more common, especially on maps where Tenta missiles can be more advantageous. Yeah, it is nice to see. Plus, you're worried less about your ink efficiency ever since the nerfs to the VDS and CDS. If you're running a main power-up build, as most players will, your special is a lot more important and your sub is a lot less important, just because you can't throw out those bombs as frequently as you otherwise would be able to with the more ink-friendly build. So we see a lot of people jumping on the VDS just because they don't need that point sensor all the time, and because of that they have ink for engagements more often and they can turf more frequently. It's working very well for teams that are running it today for the most part. Didn't work too well for Acid Chan there, but that was just round 1. We've got plenty more Splatoon ahead of us. Manta Maria is the next map. Our teams are raring to go. Again, I feel like this is a Hey Ho favoring map. Just because of how they like to play. I feel like they've got a good advantage on a lot of the snipe points in this map. A charger isn't something that we've been seeing a lot of in this tournament. So yeah, the K-Machine coming out, that's going to balance things up a bit more. I think that's definitely going to bring some more evenness out here, especially with Kotaro jumping on the NZAP now as well, trying to get a bit more of that focus fire on the enemy. Armor comes out incredibly early for Hey Ho. We see 2 go down right off the bat. That is going to be a strong control. I imagine the other 2 players are just going to be building special and trying to keep the enemy at bay. Yeah, here we go now. Shelton being 4v1, but manages to back out of it because of the positioning on this map. It's a tough map to position on correctly. We have 2 members hunting this CDS. This feels like a poor use of time, especially because the opponent is going to be camping a jump and getting the zone. They really wanted to get those dualies. I feel like they would have been better leaving them alone. But lovely distraction play regardless from Hey Ho. They're already down to 40 remaining, and the wipe on the enemy team means that there is going to be a single opportunity for Acid Chan to push back in. The Kensa Gal as well doing excellent work cleaning up the remaining dregs of the opponent's control. And Soryu trades out 1 for 1 against 3 of the enemy team. I don't think they have enough time to get neutral. They are going to be able to cap one zone. And if they can just get a penalty on the board, they'd be able to stay in it, but they lose 2 players. The Firefin hunting them down. That is it. Round 2, 100-0 in an instant. That is absolutely terrifying. Oh my goodness. Whew. Okay. What's in a Hey Ho? Seems like determination, skill, map knowledge, excellent strategies, distraction plays. My goodness, what isn't in a Hey Ho at this point? What a round. We've got 1 left before Hey Ho move themselves to the grand final and guaranteed prize money. I mean, what do you do to stop an opponent like Heiho? Especially when they are rolling like this. I'll tell you what you do. You take it to the reef. This is a lucky map pick. I think that we're definitely going to see Acid Chan have a bit more luck on this one. It's definitely not going to be as charger friendly. It is currently 2-0 to What's in a Heiho against Acid Chan Fan Club. So this is set point. And this is the set point of the winner's bracket. Yeah, so this is... We're very much close to the closing of this set. I think that Acid Chan Fan Club, they're going to be able to dig themselves in on this map a bit better. The Gal is quite oppressive, but yeah, with the Tri-Slosher and some better movement options, I think this is going to be a lot closer. Let's have a quick look at their abilities for about 5 seconds or so. You can watch your favorite player there. And we're back into the action. Okay, Menace trying to get the early pick, but loses out against Suryu. An excellent Dually Squelches player. Really knows how to make use of that weapon. Look at that! Focus fires in just an instant. And just like that, they are going to take this 1v1 once more. Getting those high shots, the armor comes out. They know they have an advantage in this fight now. Armor keeps them in it, prevents the trade. We're just seeing Suryu kick butt at the moment. Not what you want to see if you are hoping to see a win from Acid Chan. That being said, 3 of them pushing around on Shelton. If they can take them out, they'll be in a good spot. The Booyah Bomb's going to slow things down, however. Booyah Bomb landing on the bridge, I think. Not going to catch anyone out, but deny a bit of territory. It will indeed. Acid Chan getting the all-crucial penalty on the board. Now they just need to get the splats. They've taken out the charger, which means that they will lose a lot of their defensive cover. They should be able to gain control here and potentially wipe the enemy team. They've taken 1. There's only 1 left, so we have that charger back on respawn now. They're in a better position now than they were when the match started. They're going to really need to ensure that the opponent can't get down from this area, and that's going to be hard when there is a Booyah Bomb raining onto the zone and splitting your team's attention. That Booyah Bomb caps the zone, especially with a bit of help from the Gal, and it's going to split up Acid Chan's team entirely. They are now plastered across the map, whereas we have Heiho front and center on bridge, setting up a nice defensive perimeter. Acid trying to find a good spot. Manages to flank 1 member, gets them down. Does get the neutral as well, but the charger has spotted them. They're not going to be able to get back on zone and paint if that charger is there. So the team really needs to find a way to get rid of that fire fin. In the meantime, Inkjet comes out from Acid Chan. They're able to get control for just a moment longer, reapply that penalty. All good stuff. They're just not able to out-turf the enemy team. I'm a bit surprised by that, considering the comps that we're looking at. But, yeah, we just need to see some splats from Acid Chan, and we are just not seeing them. Highest splat assist score on their team is 3, compared to the enemy team, who has the lowest of 3 on the fire fin, who's, more than anything, just asserting pressure over the map. 30 points remaining. Taru's trying to get neutral with that bomb throw, doesn't quite land it. Puts a bit of pressure on the fire fin, gets neutral. Can they get another penalty on the board with a player disadvantage? It's going to be hard. Firefin takes out the Inkjet. 20 points remaining, and the timer is ticking once more. Acid dodges the Booyah Bomb, gets into position, just needs a single splat here. Can they get it? They don't get it! And that is going to be a penalty, but I don't think they're going to be able to capitalize much because, again, they haven't gotten many hits. They finally get 1 down. Acid tries for the second. It's a good weapon for this map, but when you've got a fire fin hounding you from a distance, it is so hard to win those 1v1s. That is going to be the retake there from What's in a Heiho. We have 1:30 left in the match. The score difference is immense. The only way I can see this one changing is if Acid can push around and get a team wipe. It's going to be difficult. They've taken 1. The armor is up for a moment, but it's about to drop. And the Tempter missiles come down at the perfect time. They've scattered the enemy. Heiho are playing this safe. They're playing it slow. And if they can punish him for it, yes, they do get the shot on the fire fin. They'll be in a good spot. Manages to take down Suryu on the landing. Booyah Bomb's going to land on the far side of the zone, pushing Acid forward into the enemy Gal, and the Gal takes advantage. Again, it's flipping back and forth, but it's looking like this chaos could work to Acid Chan's advantage. They have 45 seconds left. That is more than enough time to make this happen. They just need to maintain control over mid here and stop their opponent from entering. They're 2 down, however. The push is coming in from What's in a Hey Ho. You can see them pushing hard. Inkstorm rolling out over the zone. That is going to be capped. That penalty is devastating. I don't know if it's accomplishable at this point. I mean, obviously overtime exists for a reason. But unless we see a total party wipe again, it's going to be very hard for them to capitalize. They've taken down the Firefin. Gives them that freedom of movement. Pushing onto the Junior. They managed to get it without trading. That is going to be... Why haven't they taken control yet? There it is. It's still a massive scoreline, and it will not take much to flip back. They need to make sure no one slips past them, and on the reef, that is a very difficult task. Especially with the suction rush from the Firefin. They're taken out, but not before the damage is done. The Booyah Bomb comes in as well, and that's all it takes! My goodness, the specials coordinated perfectly. They knew they didn't have to stay up because they had the pressure to shut it down. That is an excellent tactical decision from Heiho, one that was very hard to perceive in amidst that battle, but one that has secured them a spot in the grand final and earned their team a little bit of cash. Alright, well that is the winner's bracket done and dusted. Oh, okay. With that out of the way, let's have a look at our standings now and see, well, let's see where they stand. Alright, so our, What's in a Hey Ho, moving forward to our grand final, taking out the winners there. Which means that we have the losers semis between Sonda and Refrigerator. Refrigerator working their way up through Sasuke in a very close match. So the winner of this losers semi will be taking on Acid Chan Fan Club. Already proven themselves as a very difficult team to beat. And neither of these teams have faced them yet. So it'll be a bit of a surprise which way that goes. But I mean, Acid Chan Fan Club, they're a strong team. I am not going to be surprised to see them back in the grand final. Regardless, I imagine this match has already been underway for a bit, so I don't know if we're going to be able to join it. Yep, we are not going to be able to join that one. So that means we are going to have to sit tight for our losers grand final. Shouldn't be too long, hopefully. I imagine they've been underway for a bit, and it is losers bracket. The thing about losers bracket is that it is only a best of 3. So they're not going to be playing Splatoon for more than 15 minutes plus some change. So I don't imagine it'll be long. I imagine they've been underway for quite a while already. Will not be long until our grand final. So we will take our last break for the stream. Shouldn't be too long. And then we will bring you the losers final and then the grand final. 4 teams remain. Sonda, Refrigerator, Acid Chan Fan Club, and What's in a Hey Ho. Who's gonna take it? We'll be back soon. Okay, we are back. Let's have a look at our result. I'm not entirely sure which team won, but we're about to find out. Our winner was... It was Sonder taking the 2-0 against Refrigerator. Sonder being the only team to take a round off of our current leading team. They might stand a good chance against Acid-chan Fan Club based on that alone. Now, I am in a room with a member of the Acid-chan Fan Club, so I'm gonna just stay here. I think that's probably the better option. This is Loser's Bracket. This is going to be where it gets tight. These teams are in a best of 3 to determine who gets to go to the grand finals. It is such high stakes for a moment in this competition. You only have 2 rounds to prove yourself to get into the grand final. This is 2 rounds that we are playing currently for $40 US. This is amazingly high stakes. Now, I will say Sonder have done pretty well to get this far. If we jump back to the standings quickly, we can see that they were taken out pretty early on by What's in a Hey-Ho, but they've had to climb their way through some tough teams, including Welcome to Good Burger, who took a round off of them to make it to this point. Acid-chan Fan Club, they've only played 2 sets, and they've only won 1 of them. So, they've definitely had the easier route to this path, but that is by no means a reason to underestimate their team, because my goodness, are they strong. We've seen some incredible stuff from them already, and we know these players quite well. So, Sonder, what have they got up their sleeves? Will they be able to take some rounds, or potentially the set from their opponent here? Yes. So this set is for $40, but if you win the entire competition, you get 80. So you've got to be able to beat Hey-Ho twice to get that. That's going to be a tall order. I think our teams are going to have a bit of trouble with that. I wish them luck. I hope they can do it. I hope they can, but like, that feels tough. This is at least a achievable goal. You know, 1 step at a time. This is for the spot in the grand final. This is for some prize money. Might as well focus on what's ahead of you. So, let's see how they do. We're starting on the reef. And a subscription from Draps is very much appreciated. I wish I had my alert boxes on, but I generally turn them off for tournaments just because it's not my content and I feel awkward putting my own stuff over other people's content. But very much appreciated. I will play you that subscription message next time I'm streaming on a Thursday, just so you can see the little pop-up. Because it's a cool pop-up. I like it a lot. Alright. Yeah, so I don't imagine we're going to see too much of a comp change from what we saw earlier from Acid-chan Fan Club. They're probably going to be running the K-Machine and Nautilus combo, as well as the CDS and either Armor Zap or Junior Zap. Oh, Tri-Slosher instead. Hey, you know what? Actually, Tri-Slosher, that was what they ran last time. Makes sense, it's got that good movement. From our other team here, we're seeing a very, I'm gonna go ahead and say, Japanese-style weapon composition. The Bamboozler and the 96, sorry, that's the Kensagal. It's definitely not a 96. For that high damage output. Very popular on zones, and we're seeing why already. Their team has managed to push up quite effectively. Sonder in a very strong position here. And this is looking like quite the repeat from last match. Armor comes out to defend against this incoming Inkjet. It manages to keep them up and alive. The Junior just hanging in there and gets the splat before they go down. And because that splat was on the zone, they're going to be able to keep control for an extra few points. Very well played by the Junior there. And oh, despite only 1 member being left remaining, the splat does not go in Acid-chan's favor. Still not a single penalty applied despite the player advantage, I'm sure they can get it. Here we go. We've got Shy up here on the bamboo, waiting for their team to come back in. They get themselves some nice positioning. Tentamissiles is going to make things a bit hard. They have to scatter. Ooh, and love seeing that curling bomb. I feel like it's something we don't regularly see. But is going to apply a nice bit of pressure to the opponent team. They're giving those callouts. They bust the missiles and they bust an inkjet. Very nice shots there. Able to take down that inkjet. No sweat. However, Acid-chan pushed up very far forward and not dropping too many players. Magnet already back in the battle here. It's looking like we might see a lead flip unless there is a significant change here. The armor has come out for Sunder. They've managed to pick off the N-Zap. And yeah, there we go. There's the retake. Applying that big penalty just in the nick of time. Only a 5-point margin. No, that's more than 5. That's a 7-point margin in it. But Sunder losing their players here. And they're losing their grip a bit. Like, they were able to get that good push in with their specials, but now that they don't have their specials, Acid-chan are right back in action. Ooh, not able to quite escape the wrath of the bamboo. We saw that laser line just absolutely scoping them out. It manages to take the pick, but that penalty is dangerously close. If Sunder can't get some picks here, they're going to lose the lead. In fact, I think they will. And now with a team wipe, they have one chance to take this one back. They're at least all in the same place, but they are very low on specials and very low on fast movement. They've managed to take out the Nautilus, buy themselves a bit of time with neutral. Shy is at the back there. They're so close to getting the cap, and they sneak it! They sneak the cap! They don't take all the members down, they just get that penalty on the board, and that has bought them a minute to play with at the very least. However, it seems that scramble came at a cost, and that cost was their positioning. They are swept up. They've got a decent amount of time left now that they can try and build special a bit more and try and get the picks rather than rushing for the zone. It's not working out well for them. We're seeing the members of Sunder dropping down off of their plat, putting themselves in vulnerable positions. It is currently 2-2. The Junior doesn't have armor quite yet. They'll have it shortly, but they're still waiting for it. They have to jump out here. They've lost all of their teammates. And again, they're in the same position as before. Penalties tick just a bit faster than points do. I think that is going to be it. Acid-chan Fan Club take round 1 of the losers final. Their holds were just a bit too much for Sunder to break through. We saw that they were able to do it, but at great cost. And that efficiency that we saw on the defense from Acid-chan Fan Club really kept them in that match. Other than that, it was very close. I wouldn't be surprised to see the balance change slightly depending on what map we get. But it's a best of 3. So they don't exactly have a lot of maps left to rely on. Sunder are going to have to take whatever they're given and run with it. And it's Piranha Pit. Ooh boy. Now, this was one of the maps that we saw Acid-chan lose against Heiho. But they didn't lose it handedly. Like, they had a very strong opening. And if they can have that strong opening and keep it against a team like Sunder, they're probably in the bag to move back to that grand final. Sunder, they've got their work cut out for them. I wish them luck. Alright, this is the losers final, round 2. Everything to play for here. Last chance for Sunder to stay in this competition. They need to win 2 rounds in a row. Whereas Acid-chan Fan Club 1 round away from victory. Weapon comps not really changing much at all. However, Matnet, or Madness, is running the Kensa Gal. Seems that they were a bit fed up with how many times they were surprised by that one last time. That being said, a wonderful open, as predicted, from Acid-chan Fan Club, using 3 players to pincer 2, and making it out with no casualties. Jump out there has dragged Matnet slightly away from the zones, but with a Booyah Bomb ready and in play, they're going to be able to get that over nice and quickly. Look at that. Bamboo's making some good work of the zone there. Matnet just trying to tempt them to jump down, doesn't quite manage to do it. gets a little too close on time and ends up going down. It was a clever sharking attempt, but the enemy was not tempted to jump, and because of that, their hand was forced. Sonder move back in and gain control. They're not far off the lead now, and if they can get this pick here... Ooh, it's a trade. It's not quite going to do it. That is going to give neutral Matnet in a good position to shut down the enemy here. And Acid-chan Fan Club, while they have lost the lead, they are by no means in a weak position. They've got the Booyah Bomb rolling out, and they've got Sonder on the back foot. Shy is going to have to be pushed down even further. Tenta missiles aren't quite going to change the balance of this. And with that penalty all but cleared... Oh, but they're not able to make the effort to get it done. Kataru on the sharking effort now. So many surprise attacks being set up. Admittedly, that one was successful despite the initial splash wall blocking the first shots. It's a very interesting change in strategy here. We haven't seen this play yet from Acid-chan Fan Club, and yet now they're sharking all over the place and it's paying dividends. They've managed to take the lead here. Not going to be able to keep it for too long. Control is what I mean. As they are at a massive player disadvantage. And, ooh, that is technically a wipe. Sonder in a very good position now. They're going to be able to get a lot of special here because the enemy had a lot of turf control. Which means with 3 specials on the board, they should be able to guarantee themselves a lead here. They have secured that. Booyah Bomb's coming out as well. Looks like a lot of the members of Acid-chan Fan Club are playing it close to their chest. They're building specials for the counter push and just waiting for their opponent to waste theirs. Seems it's worked well in their favor, while no one's gone down yet. Turf control is rapidly shifting in their favor. That is 3 down now on Sonder versus 2. That is the wipe. Very well played by Acid-chan Fan Club. They knew their opponent was going to throw out their specials, and they waited for it. Once those specials were gone, they pushed in, and a 4v2 worked very well in their favor. Oh, Matnet trying to land these shots. It's a tough shot, but you can displace your enemy's charger if you can land them. Unfortunately for them, the Booyah Bomb's going back and forth, meaning that we do not quite have control, but there's 3 members stacked up here. Matnet gets the jump surprise on them, takes out 2, scatters their ranks, and with that, they will take the lead. Biscuit able to hold on for just a second longer. Biscuit not running the Nautilus right now, picking up the dualies so the rest of their team can dance and play. It's an 11-point difference with a significant penalty and a minute left to play for, but a wipe is going to put Sonder in a good position to establish map control, especially with the junior in such a good position. However, they do not have armor yet. They're going to need that if they're going to be able to defend the oncoming onslaught that their opponent is going to be bringing. Oh, a lovely placed splash wall completely blocks those shots and is going to allow them to take down that K-Machine. They're very close to taking the lead. The Booyah Bomb and Inkstorms are pushing out now. They don't make a difference in time. Booyah Bomb goes back out to provide themselves a bit more stalling time and tactics. The roll comes in. Acid-chan pushing hard and fast, getting every splat they can and taking control. They've got 20 seconds on the clock. They cannot afford to lose control once. Sonder just need to build special and push in 1 time. It's going to go into overtime here. It's looking close. This could go either way. Sonder have the armor ready to go. They've thrown out the missiles as well. Booyah Bomb comes in to counter. It's going back and forth. We have 1 splat for Acid-chan. If they can get another one, they're probably going to be able to take this. However, the turf is going back and forth rapidly. It's almost taken, and they don't get control back in time. That's the round to Sonder. We're going to game 3. Oh, hype. What a close set. Sonder are making them work for it. What a hold! Oh my goodness, knowing that they weren't going to be able to get the splats they needed in time, they just went all in on the zones, and they held them for just long enough to cancel the overtime. That's an incredible play! We're going to game 3. This is for all the marbles. Winner take all on this one. Winner goes to the grand final. Winner gets a prize. Loser goes home empty-handed. And we're on Anchovy, a map we haven't seen yet today. Love it. Love the tension. This is great stuff. Having a look now at the map list. Have we seen all the maps now, or is there one No, we still haven't seen Mako Mart today. So hanging out for that in the finals. Fingers crossed. But for the meantime, Splat Zone's on Anchovy. Oh boy. Okay, so Acid Shan Fan Club, they're pretty locked in. They seem confident with their build. Seeing a bit of deliberation on Sonder. They're not quite sure what they want to do. The stakes have not been higher yet in this competition. Just waiting on one more set of gear to be locked in, and we are going. Oh boy. This is it. This is why loser's bracket is so tense. If this was winner's bracket, neither of these teams would be on game point, but because it's losers, both of them are. What a format. Love how even this is. Okay. Splat Zone's Anchovy. It's a good one if you've got some longer range, because you can really make use of that high ground. Nautilus coming back out from Madness instead of Biscuit. But, I mean, is a very good pick for this mode. Both of these teams have faced off against the team currently in the championship round already. They are fighting for the chance at a rematch. I think this is the closest set we're going to see all tournament. Early back and forth, one down on either side. A little bit of control for Acid Chan. I think they're going to be able to continue that. They are, especially with two down on the enemy team. We see the jump out there. That leaves the Doolies all alone. Matnet not able to find them there with the drop-off shots, so they're just going to be able to hold control over Plant here. How are Sonder going to react to this? How are they going to get rid of them? Tenta Missiles will clear one out. Absolutely, especially when they're clustered up like that. Ink Armor gets them in, allows them to push in for the second, but the Inkjet from Madness takes out one. Can they find a second? They do. A third one will absolutely secure their control over this zone. They don't quite grab it, but with only 20 points remaining, it may not matter. We have members of Sonder sneaking around the side, one down on either team. The control has flipped to neutral. All of Sonder firing on the zone. They managed to cap it. And with that, a penalty is applied. That being said, Sonder wiped out of the area means that we're going to be having a lot of Acid Chan pushing up onto that plat, making it very dangerous to move forward. Synapse, lovely play around that splash wall, able to survive the Soda Fizzy Bomb and make it towards the center. A lot of fire onto the Booyah Bomb does take them out, and the Booyah Bomb finds no picks. With only one member up on Sonder and them having to jump out, they have one chance to make it to this grand final, and they do not have many specials to their name to make it happen. This is dangerous. Ink Armor is almost ready. 15 points remain. They have to push now. They do not have any chances here. Biscuit controlling the zone, pushing at the back. Caden's holding the front. The Ink Armor goes out. The Tenta Missiles as well. But they rush in too quickly. They're all taken out. Shy's not able to land a single pick. And that is the losers final. To Acid Chan Fan Club. They're going to the grand. Oh, what a set. Acid Chan Fan Club definitely using that map to its fullest. Perfectly pressuring the opponent into some very unfavorable situations. And some lovely splats from Madness when it mattered the most. Acid Fan Club moving on to the grand final. Okay. Good job to Sonder. That is a third place finish. Admirable. There's a lot of pride in that, but unfortunately, your game ends here. Stole that line from the tester. I honestly don't mind it. It's pretty good. Especially when it's an actual video game sense and not for just some dumb reality show. Anyway, we move on now to the grand final. Let's take a quick look at our bracket, see what our teams had to come through to get here. If we take a look, we have What's in a Hey Ho taking out Refrigerator 3-0, taking out Sonda 3-1, taking out Acid Fan Club 3-0. That's all they've had to do to get to the winners finals. It's a pretty breezy road when you look at it like that. Sonda, the team that just got eliminated, the only one to take a round off of them. If we look at Acid Fan Club, they started with a bye. They were able to take the 3-0 against Sasuke before losing 0-3 to What's in a Hey Ho. So we have already seen this matchup before. However, Acid Chan Fan Club hadn't really had a strong opponent to flex their muscles against just yet. Sasuke, they're good, but they didn't rank up too well compared to the other teams in this tournament. So now that they've gone up against Sonda, maybe they're a bit more prepared. Maybe they're a bit more in the right headspace to take this one out. Who could honestly say? Plus, I don't know What's in a Hey Ho have been up to, but they have not been playing, so they might not be in the same headspace at the moment. All right. So now that we're at the grand finals, it's best of 7. There is a bracket reset available if Acid Chan Fan Club are able to take out the best of 7 once. So we are in for anywhere between 4 and 14 games of Splatoon, depending on how close it is. And that's always lovely, right? Like, if it's not close, you won't have to sit through it long. If it's close, we've got a lot of Splatoon ahead of us, which is always exciting. We're just waiting on the members of What's in a Hey Ho to join this the lobby. It has to be communicated to them, as this is an international tournament. There are language barriers to deal with, and they do slow down the tournament a bit. So we appreciate your patience, audience, as we get this grand final up and prepared for your viewing pleasure. In the meantime, I don't really know what to do in the meantime. Do not know how long it will have to be. Regardless, how's everyone in the audience doing? I hope you're enjoying this tournament so far. I'm going to take this moment to talk in a more relaxed voice to rest my voice, because that last set got really gosh dang hype, and I may have pushed myself a bit further than I needed to. Oh dear. We'll be okay. I'm glad you're doing well, yay. It is a wonderful tournament that you put on every time we get to see some great Splatoon. The vaccine isn't really a priority for me at the moment. I'm in Australia. I believe Australia currently has 3 active cases. And they are not in my state currently. I'm very wrong. Never mind. I am incredibly wrong. I've just been informed that I'm very wrong. Ah, right. So there were 3 locally transmitted cases, but there are a bunch of hotel quarantine cases?
Well, I don't know. Are you live?
Yes.
Oh, everyone's listening to me?
Yes.
I don't think there are any community cases. I think all cases are in hotel quarantine.
Ah. Okay, well there you go. So yeah, vaccine is definitely, like, the government hasn't done a great job with the rollout as well, so currently it's only available to people who really need it. But yeah, no rush on our end to get that one done. Yeah. Just came up from a question in chat. Because I believe Yay, our tournament organizer, has had their vaccination. Yeah, so that's good stuff. I'm glad that that's getting around now, because I'm very excited for being able to not worry about this ever again, which I know is a vast impossibility, but I'm excited about it regardless. Okay, do we have any word on how What's in a Hey-Ho is doing? Anything I want to advertise? Currently not at the moment. We have a lot of streams going on for the Oceanic series. It's currently our break week, but if you want to see some more Australian local Splatoon, keep an eye out for the Oceanic series Twitter account. We like to post our streams on there. Other than that, I'm really not doing much lately. Just doing my casual streams on Thursdays. You can follow me on Twitter to vote for what I play on. That's about it. Yeah. My character, the art that I have here, I have that recorded. I know who did this for me. I believe I know it off the top of my head, but I don't want to read it out incorrectly, so I am going to double check. Who was this? Was it? No, it wasn't. It was one of the Oceanic artists. I think it was... Yeah, actually, Punny is the at. Because I know my emotes were done by Moe. But those are different. Oh, hey! We've got people in a lobby. Let's get into it. We've got a grand final. Hell yeah, jumping into it. Okay. So we're starting on the reef. This is a best of 7 grand finale. Let's put up that logo. Wabam, grand finals. Absolutely. Yeah, I'll have to get that Twitter handle for you because I want to be able to represent them properly, but it's been a while and I don't remember what it is. Oh, not that one. I'll get to it later. What's important right now is that we are squared away. Let's do this. Grand final time. Here we go. We've got a double armor junior coming out here. Not exactly what I would have expected. As well as a fresh Squiffer. Now they've won this game. Hey, What's in a Hey-Ho have won this game against Acid Chan before, and they did not use this comp. So I'm wondering why the change-up is occurring. Maybe because they didn't want to get counterpicked by their opponent? Or maybe they were counterpicking their opponent specifically. Either way, we're seeing exactly what we'd expect from Acid Chan, so no surprises there. Okay. Biscuit lining up some opponents, doing a lovely job there, teaming up with their teammate's Burst Bomb to get those shots in. Decent control so far. It's kind of flippy back and forth. What's in a Hey-Ho? Gonna have to push in hard and fast to make this one happen. They've got the ink armor ready to go. They will be able to get neutral, and because they've gotten the splat on top, that will be control with a penalty applied. Additionally, Shelton's going to be able to farm armor down here, which means they're going to be able to get that one up and recharged nice and quickly. Tikotan with the baller on bridge. First baller we've seen all day. Oh my goodness. Epic. That is such meta knowledge. I love it. I love thinking about that. Suey gets 2. Just the Nautilus left. Shelton's going to be able to jump in and help them, and they trade out. No, not even a trade. That's just outright control for What's in a Hey-Ho. They are doing masterfully so far. Okay. Tikotan with that Squiffer just trying to pick people off as they approach. And wow, the 2-tap on the armor does a wonderful job taking them out. That is incredible work. Tikotan just assisting from above. No one seems to be targeting them. And because of that, they're having a pretty easy time with these snipes. However, they overextend to get that jump that they probably didn't need to get. Acid's going to be able to clean that one up. However, they do go in alone. With only 40 points remaining, Hey-Ho are looking strong. They're looking like they're going to be able to take this first round out. Acid Chan are going to need to band together to take out Hey-Ho's defensive line, because at the moment they're just a bit too scattered. Income is going to help them push onto the zone, potentially get neutral. They have armor to face off against, but they take down 2 and they get control. That is a penalty applied. Baller on the zone is going to get neutral right back. A penalty now won't do all that much, honestly, but the fact that it's neutral means that it is not ticking down for Acid-chan. And Ticketan takes the splat. We're seeing some lovely snipes from Ticketan at critical moments. It's working out really well for them. You see Shelton trying to jump in there and get control, but unfortunately with 3 members hunting them down, it is looking very narrow on that score margin. Penalty is ticking quite quickly for Heiho. And the baller! Excellent! The baller is just keeping them up whenever they are under fire. They know exactly how to use that thing effectively. And they get the splat as well! Amazing squiffs! They squiff and they squiff. This is so good! Okay, Matnet on the inkjet finally takes out Squiffer. Is going to push forward. They don't have long. They need to get onto that zone ASAP. Only 6 points the difference. They are able to get neutral. Can they get the penalty? That is going to be key. If the opponent gets control now, it is going to be very hard for them to flip it. Fortunately, the flank from Matnet is able to take out the Squiffer. They get control. They have the penalty. They've got a minute 20 to turn this one around. And they have a player advantage right now. So as long as they can capitalize on that and either get the splats or the map control, they'll be sitting pretty for a little bit. Additionally, they've almost got 3 specials ready to go. Armor comes out just in time as the Enzap is taken off the board. Isn't able to utilize it fully though. And because of that, control goes right back to Heiho. And a lovely bomb camp takes down Matness as well. Biscuit having to retreat up the back there. With only 50 seconds left, this is going to have to be an overtime victory for Acid if they want to take the first round here. It's looking tight. It's looking tough. Suryu doing a great job at the back line there, especially with that armor. It's going to keep them nice in position. Came in just in time. Excellent play by the team there, timing that special out. And we do have control for Acid-chan Fan Club. They are able to start that penalty ticking away, but if they can't get the picks here, they're not going to be able to keep it. In fact, with 2-1 going down, 2-2, it's looking tight. If they can get the remaining picks here, they're in with a good chance. However, the members of Heiho are split up. They're not close together. They're not going to be able to easily take them out. In fact, Biscuit's the only one left. They're going to try for the control, and they get it. But they are 1 player against a team of 4. They're not going to be able to keep it. And that is the first round to Heiho. What's in a Heiho? What is in a Heiho? Oh, that's the wrong thing. 1 second. I'm just going to try to quickly get the team name up in the display so we can have a look at the score between rounds. But look at those splat assists. That is a very outstanding result. Gotta be happy with something like that. Okay, so the first round going to What's in a Heiho. Scoreboard is being put up. The very primitive scoreboard that I use. I just put text on a screen. So all I gotta do is put text on a screen. The left team, as always, is our leading team. They do not have to go through a bracket reset, whereas the right team does. I'm going to put in the full name to be a good stream organizer. Excellent. Boop. Okay, put that in, move it in place. Lovely. There are our current scores. It's very minimalistic. You know, I could probably make a better one. And I probably should, realistically, make a better one. Maybe even automate it a bit. But, oh my goodness, it's so hard to make things and do things. You've only got so much energy in every day, you know? It's just how it be. Okay. Let's move on to the next round. I mean, yeah, like, I can get motivated for some things, but it's hard to be motivated for everything. There's only so much time in the day. You need to take some time for you know? That's important. Alright, we move on to round 2 here. Anchovy Games. We saw a dominant performance from Acid-chan Fan Club here. Can they do it again? We have another weapon change here. We've got the double armor junior on one side and the double custom junior. What is this? Double custom junior? Fresh Squiff, what is happening? I mean, I love to see it. Hey Ho going crazy with their comp, and I'm just lost for words. I'm smitten with these results. Double Armor Junior, a much more common composition than the Double Custom Junior. Hey Ho are giving themselves a challenge here, but maybe it'll work out. They've got a lot more offensive specials on the board. I'd love to see it work in their favor. Especially with the Fresh Squiff. My goodness. That is not something that sees a lot of play. Alright, one down on either side already. We're seeing a very strong hold from Acid Chan Fan Club. Neutral will come in now, and if they can get enough turf onto the zone, they will get control. Especially with Huey on that fan, just able to provide that extra bit of drop turf. Getting the splat as well after having passed through the Inkstorm. They were nice and softened up. Very nice to see. And we are seeing control on the side of Hey Ho. They don't have anything too long range or too heavy firepower to hold them down here. The Squiff being really the only high damage weapon on this team. Means they're not going to be able to hold them back very long or very strong, and because of that we already see Acid Chan pushing back in, getting the 3 down. There's the last one. That's a soft wipe there. Meaning that we have a good chance for Acid Chan to push through their penalty. And if they can get their specials ready, which they are very close to getting 1 armor, they might be able to go for the KO. There comes the first armor. Second armor's not quite ready to back it up yet, so the other team just has to wait it out, and they're going to be able to push in. And here come the Inkstorms. The double custom junior Inkstorm Riot. In fact, the custom Dually Squelchers also has Inkstorm. I don't remember what the Fresh Squiffer has off the top of my head. I'm not surprised to see a charger, but this specific charger does not get that much love usually. I like to see it. So this is a triple Inkstorm composition. They can take the zone back whenever they have that ready. They just absolutely soak the zone in ink, and they can get control. The problem here is going to be their defense. Their offense is sorted, but Hey Ho need to be able to hold a defensive line against some pretty offensive specials. We have the Inkstorm coming in from the opposing team. It's probably going to flip it. It's only 1 point the difference. It doesn't come in time, and Hey Ho are able to get the lead from their opponent. The snipe comes out as well. Ticketan ready to take out Biscuit, and does! Brutal. Matnet, the only one in position to do something about this. They've got a charge ready to go, but those... I didn't know that happened. The auto bomb rush. The auto bombs detonating where Matnet was hiding and forcing them out of the turf. That is brutal play. Absolutely shut down. Heck, that variety is going to win Hey Ho this game. Hey Ho Academy have studied up, graduated, and are now a team that is devastating to reckon with. My goodness. What is in a Hey Ho? I mean, yeah, look, you can't just, like, it's not a birthright, right? Like, you don't just instantly get good at a charger by being born in the Japan region. You have to earn this stuff. Like, you can't take away the amount of time and skill that has gone into Ticketan's play. And we have Mako Mart, the last map that we've needed to see. Excellent. I have no idea how these teams are going to clash out on this map. It's very different to everything we've seen them fight on so far. This will be interesting. This could go many different ways. It's currently 2-0. It is the grand final. Hey Ho are 2 rounds away from securing the championship and taking out the prize of a Lobster Crossfire 3, I guess. Yeah, there's not really a title for winning it. The Snippy Squad. You're the Snippy Squad of the week. Yeah, I have so much respect for it as well. I used to really enjoy charges in Splatoon 1, but how anyone lands a shot with a charger in Splatoon 2 blows my mind, because everyone is so much faster. I just cannot keep up. Alright, we have another double junior comp, but now they're running Kensa Junior. They're just running the whole gamut at this point. That's going to be a lot of torpedoes for the opposing team to deal with. They have the turf to be able to deal with it quite easily. I don't think anyone's going to be too outset by those torps. But the real thing here is we've got bubbles to play with, and bubbles are going to do a great job at capping this zone. Inkjet flies out early. They're going to be able to apply some pressure onto zone with that. And with 2 down on Acid Fan Club, it's going to be Hey-Ho in control once again. Bubbles come out. That's going to secure it. They're saving the 3rd bubble for the opponent's area. And they do... Oh my goodness! Just saving a bubble for an assassination like that. What a play! I love to see it. Using the top as well to just check that whole area. They know that there's no one down there, so they don't have to push. That being said, Acid Chan Fan Club pushing around there after the torpedo is cleared. Oh my goodness. They're able to get 2 picks there and control of the zone. Snipsy Squad. My goodness. I mean, Snippy Squad. Something lobster themed is definitely what we need as a championship title. The roly squids. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, Hey-Ho have the player advantage. Shouldn't be long before they take back control from the opponent and apply that penalty. There is a slight lead in favor of Acid Chan, but unless they can get the picks, they're not going to be able to keep it. Shelton just hunting around with those lovely torpedoes. They're holding onto the bubbles. They know they've got 2 left. And they save it for the torpedo hit. What excellent bubble play. These players have mastered every aspect of this game. I have not seen this kind of mastery in a long time. My goodness. Suryu, excellent job surviving those shots. They managed to trade out on the 2nd. Very good play there. Able to hold on for quite a while. And with 2 down on either side, I think Hey-Ho are going to be able to hold on to this defense. They've done a pretty good job of it so far. Tenta missiles come out. If those land on the zone, we'll probably hit neutral. Will it happen in time? It does! The flip happens with 2 points to spare. Just in the nick of time for Acid Chan. Lovely play with the bubbles there. They're able to take out all of the players. And I mean, at the moment, we are seeing just such good bubble work from these juniors. What should have been a 2-4 battle was very quickly flipped into a Hey-Ho advantage. Just like that. They know how to use all of these weapons. It is an astounding display of skill. This is the high level of play that you will get from Lobster Crossfire. You don't see this in some tournaments. Absolutely not. Biscuit with the good reach, able to apply a lot of pressure there. Interesting thing of note, you don't need ink armor to win tournaments. This is the proof in the pudding right here. You can make your weapons work for you in spades if you just coordinate well as a team and use those extra skill shots to make your weapons shine. That is round 3 to What's in a Hey-Ho. Nice. Very nice. We go to the grand final. This is championship point to What's in a Hey-Ho. It's looking pretty dire if you're the Acid Fan Club. Acid Chan Fan Club, they've got a lot of ground to make up here. They need to win 4 games in a row to get to the bracket reset. I don't know if it's doable at this point. We're going to Wahoo World. Acid Chan... See, here's the thing, right? Acid Chan Fan Club, they're an incredible team. They rocked their opponent Sondor in the last set. But they haven't been able to break through the... I mean, I think Hey-Ho, they're very good at retaking. They're very good at retaking, especially at a player disadvantage. They can retake at a moment's notice. You can't let your guard down. You can't assume you have the advantage because we've seen time and time again single players able to pull off these amazing trick shots to keep themselves in the game. Acid Chan Fan Club don't know how to deal with superstars. They're a very strong team. They can deal with very strong teams. But how do you deal with a superstar? I honestly don't know the answer to that. That's something I've been trying to figure out in my 3 years of commentating and playing Splatoon. I don't know how to take down a superstar. Like, you can't 4v1 him, because then you've left the remaining team to do the work, and you've played into the superstar's plan. You can't leave them alone, because then they'll flank your team, and you can't 1v1 them, because you won't win the 1v1. I don't know how to deal with a superstar, and a team full of superstars like what's in a Hey-Ho here. I don't know what you do. Hopefully Acid Chan Fan Club can find the answer. They've run out of time. If they don't have the answer by now, it's all over. Moving on to Wahoo World. 3 Squiffers. 3 Armor Juniors. I don't know if the answer was more armor, but it looks like that's what they've gone with. They are running the most juniors they can because they have to have a CDS. Their opponent is running the most Squiffers they can, but they have to have a CDS. What a bold play. I don't even know how to read this. This isn't something I've seen in my days of watching competitive Splatoon. I don't know how these teams are gonna shake out. I really don't. Juniors don't have a credibly high damage output, but they have so much turf output and they're going to be getting armor constantly. They might just be trying to out-exhaust their opponent while the CDS goes in and does all the damage. That's possible, but they're going to have a very hard place to stand if the reaction times of these Squiffers are going to be able to catch them out. Honestly, maybe they should have gone quad dually Squelcher to win this one. I don't know. Like, they couldn't have known their opponent was going to do this, admittedly, and they have got control, so they are making use of their turf control. It's going to be very hard for the Squiffers to move through the map without getting picks from high ground. And as long as Asachan Fan Club play that to their advantage, they don't get into the opponent's range, they just keep control of the turf. As soon as the opponent drops down, they'll be able to take him out. That being said, Suryu, still on these dually Squelchers, still amazing. Still a very hard thing to deal with, and they're going to be able to move through no matter what the state of the turf is. Yeah, you can see, Acid Champ Fan Club, they're just pressuring zone. Whenever they're not in a fight, they're pressuring zone, and it's working very well for them. Suryu gets 1. Ooh, almost lands 2. I thought that was the 3 hits. They are running the main power-up build, right? Yeah, they are. They must have landed those shots on a mix of the 2 players. That's all I can imagine it is. And they don't get a pick. Eventually they get one with the Inkstorm, but yeah, they would have really loved to have stayed up there, I think. It would have really helped them secure their chances to hold on. Ticketan gets a snipe. We've seen Ticketan with amazing results all night, using that charger to its maximum capability. And they take the lead just like that. They are keeping their opponent nice and fenced in. When they have control of the flat ground, they are in a much stronger position because they have places to retreat to, they have clear sight lines. Works well in their favor. That being said, Acid Chan Fan Club, they have taken the zone back. They have that zone pressure. If they're left alone with it, they can take it no problems. They just need to unseat one of these juniors. Ooh, doesn't quite. No, they do! Biscuit lands the drop shots! Excellent shooting there. Great work, Tex. And we're seeing a bit of a 1v1 with the dually Squelchers. Biscuit with the advantage on one shot does manage to land it, especially with that turf advantage, and the Inkstorm is going to secure their control over the zone. As long as they move in to back it up, the armor comes in, and yes! They know immediately where to apply the pressure, but the double snipe comes out, completely pushes them out of position, and that is Hey-Ho in control once more. They may not have control of the zone right now, but they have control over the momentum on this match. What a snipe! Shelton gets them as they're falling. What an incredible shot! How do you land a shot like that? I don't even know. One player left up for Acid Chan Fan Club. This is their last chance here to push in. They've got a... Well, actually, they've got a few chances. They've got a minute 30. The opponent's not going to KO right away. If they can stall it out, they might have a chance here. First lot of armor comes out. Second lot's ready to go. Doesn't come in time, doesn't save him. Suryu takes him out. Second lot of armor comes out. Third lot also deployed. Double armor. Very unfortunate. Don't like to see it. It's in control of the Acid-chan fan club. It is not an unassailable lead and they have a player advantage, but Suryu is so hard to touch when you don't have high damage weapons like this. The bombs are pushing them away, and they've had to relocate 2 of their players to go take them out, which means they've lost control over the zone. Their opponent's applying their strategy back on them. It's like, if you want to chase our main damage, if you want to chase our main turtle, we're just going to take the zone away from you, like you were doing with us. It makes a lot of sense. Acid-chan fan club, they're in control, their penalty is ticking away. They have just enough time where they don't have to worry about overtime if they can make this hold stick. However, the change of player dynamic, there's 3 down on Acid-chan fan club, the zone flips, 10 seconds left, it is do or die right now, they have to get the picks, and it doesn't look like they're going to. That is What's in a Hey-Ho with the 4-0, the championship is theirs. With some excellent weapon picks in the final set of rounds. Very surprising, very fun. You love to see those squiffers. Did not expect it. Worked out really well. That is championship to What's in a Hey-Ho. Unfortunately, a quick ending to this tournament, but with the matches going that way, I don't know if we would have seen any closer matches than the ones we saw there. I think they had it pretty handedly. They just won this matchup 9 times out of 10. So, that's it. That's our tournament. Lobster Crossfire 3, our winners. What's in a Hey-Ho? They're taking home the $80 US. Our runners-up, Acid-chan Fan Club, they're taking 40. Pretty good scores for both of them. Pretty good hauls. And as always, I mean, look, we've seen some amazing teams win this tournament, but Suryu, time and time again, is just a repeat champion at this tournament. They just rock those dually squelchers. You can see why they're the best dually squelcher in the international tournament, because they just make them work. They are such a superstar. Alright, thanks as always to our mods running this tournament. I believe we had 2 on hand this time. So thank you very much to Random Human and Epic. Doing a great job keeping this tournament running nice and smoothly. D-Rick might have been involved as well in setup, so that's very much appreciated. And as always, huge shout out to Ye, the one fronting the money for these tournaments and keeping them all running. If you want to support tournaments like these, I have a donate link below this stream. It goes directly to the organizer of this tournament. I do not get a cent of it. It is all to support these tournaments, to contribute additional prize money to this Lobster Crossfire, and the other tournament as well, which is League Rushdown, I believe. League Rushdown runs every 2 weeks, so you can go see League Rush next week, where you have teams facing off in a single rotation of League to try to get the best score. So that's something you can go have a look as well. Alright, that's been it from me. I'm done here. Thank you very much for supporting competitive Splatoon as always, especially some grassroots such as this, and for an international tournament no less. Thank you for staying up if it's late where you are. Thank you for getting up early and tuning in if it's early where you are. And as always, thank you for playing and supporting Splatoon. I love this game, it's so great, and I'm very excited for the future of this game. Alright, good night everyone.